Hello everyone, I know it's been a while and coming to you barefaced to do an updated everyday foundation routine. This is something that I use if I'm going to work. Most of the times I don't wear makeup. Surprisingly, I wear makeup 20% of the times, but most of the times I'm looking like this barefaced with glasses on. Um, but I'm going to show you all, if I am going out on an everyday basis, the foundation routine that I use. The product I will be using is Revlon Colorstay. For me, that is one of the best foundations because it lasts almost all day and it's non-transferable and it has a natural look if done right. So excuse me if you find I'm looking wet. My hair, I just wet it. Some of you may realize my hair isn't as full and long as it used to be. My hair has dropped ridiculously, but it can grow its hair. Once you take care of it, it can grow. Anyway, enough rambling. So stay tuned if you want to see my everyday foundation routine using Revlon Colorstay. So here's what I'll be using. I'll be using a CD as a palette on which I mix my foundations. Next, I'll be using three foundations um, in a combination to oily. Here's cappuccino. Here is rich ginger, which is almost done. And here is caramel. Now caramel is my base color. It's what I would just use on my skin alone. It wouldn't totally match my skin, but it will be the one most closest to my shade. But when I mix in these other two colors using the rich ginger around the center of my face when it's mixed with the caramel, because the center of my face is lighter, and then the cappuccino on the outer periphery of my face, as you'll see in a minute, because the outer periphery is darker, so you see cappuccino mixed with the caramel, I get a very natural, close to skin finish. Next, I'll be using a stippling brush, be stippling brush. Usually I use a sponge, and I prefer a sponge because even though it absorbs a lot more foundation, I find the application to be more flawless, particularly when you damp the sponge, you get a very natural look. But for the purpose of this video, I'll be using my stippling brush, which has foundation from this morning on it still. But I'll be using the stippling brush because it uses way less foundation than a sponge. A sponge absorbs a lot of foundation. So I already mixed my rich ginger and caramel together, and I'll be using the stippling brush to do the center area of my face. Now some people say with Revlon Colorstay you gotta work fast because it dries quickly, which is true, but I don't know, I tend to find that that is not a deterrent for me. So what I do with the stippling brush is that I stipple, then I swirl. Some people say this is the wrong technique, but because the stippling brush is not so populated with brush bristles, I don't find it gives that pixelated effect as much. So what really brings the foundation together is that blending movement. The good thing about Revlon Colorstay, I find, is that it is very full coverage. I mean, I have found that two applications of this, or two layers, is coverage enough for me. Sometimes only one. Um, as you will see, the unevenness in my skin is starting to blend out a bit. I put it in my chin too. Now that the center of my face is done, I'm going to use caramel alone, and I'm just going to go in this zone of my face. Yeah. Get by the ears. So going a little bit into the cheeks just to blend it in. So there's not a wide contrast between the cheeks and the rest of the face. Sometimes a trick is if you have marks or spots that you find difficult, just well blow up your cheeks a little bit like that, and you tend to see them better, so you can cover them more effectively. I got some scarring on my cheek because I like to pop my pimples. Hmm. Now for my forehead, which is almost significantly darker than the rest of my face, I'm going to take the cappuccino and mix it in with a bit of that caramel. So I'm going to switch and use a sponge for this part because most people have sponges. I'm going to show you how to use a sponge, which I tend to find more effective. You damp your sponge and you go in with a stippling motion across the forehead, being careful to get into the hairline so that you don't have that separation between hairline and face. You may want to go in with a little lighter color in the center. So it's kind of like light contouring with some control. In the center of the forehead, a little lighter color than on the outside because there doesn't get as tan as much naturally. Just going a little bit more into the sides by my temples with darker color. If you want, you could even do the sides of your nose with a dark color. If you're talented, use the edges of the sponge. Do that. So also go back in with a lighter color on your palette and do the middle of your nose. Get a very light contour. Nothing extravagant because it's a daytime look. So basically that is how I achieve a flawless and very close to natural finish that would last me uh, until I take a bath the next day or no, I bathe the night. But anyway, for as long as up to 16 to 20 hours. Um, as you can see, my discolorations are gone. My skin looks more even and healthy. I don't really have to worry about touching my hair, so I don't want to touch my skin, but let me show you. My hands, nothing comes off. I could rest my hand on my face, I could lean on somebody, and I really love this foundation. I am not feeling the lighter. Eee. Alright, that's a little bit better. But if I should give some tips for doing your foundation, your everyday foundation routine, perhaps if you don't want to go through three foundations, what you consider could consider. Usually advise people to get at least two foundations. One that is your skin color and one a little darker because most times people tan. If you don't want to go through that because you find it a bit expensive, what you can do is buy one that matches the your skin the best, perhaps around this area right here, or your jawline is where you test, and then you buy a slightly, probably a powder 2 shades darker, and use it to even out the periphery of your face, like your forehead. Um, yeah, and the light is going. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned because I have some more videos too. I have a backlog of videos here. So I hope this video was helpful. See you all soon.